Indy 500 winner, IndyCar Series champion, and current team principal of Arrow McLaren.
2013 Indy 500 champion, maybe?
I said Indy 500 champion.
No, you did not.
Yes,
You
I
said
did.
IndyCar champion.
I said Indy 500, and then I said
You did?
IndyCar champion.
Well, then I'm sorry.
Tony Kanaan, team principal of Arrow McLaren. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for joining me and my boss.
Before we get into questions, is it okay if I just do a couple ad reads?
Sure, like
Yeah.
you got to make money, right? That's
Yeah.
why I like pay for the trip.
This portion of the interview is brought to you by Arrow Electronics, the official title partner of Arrow McLaren IndyCar team. Arrow assists McLaren in taking the racing experience to the next level, believing that new technologies will make life not only different, but better. Now, Tony, I really want to talk to you about how you prepare for an IndyCar season, but before we do, I need to change hats again. Before we get to questions, I need to let everybody know that this portion of the interview is brought to you by the good folks at Chevrolet. Chevrolet, a primary partner and engine supplier of Arrow McLaren. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Now, I want to talk to you about the Manufacturers' Championship that happens throughout the season between the two engine suppliers, Chevrolet and Honda. But before I do that, I got to change hats again.
He cannot even like memorize. He has to read.
Well, Tony, that's why they call it an ad read.
So I really want to talk to you about the
You
Manufacturers.
know, the hat looks like you're making like a bread. Like that does. You can like make it like fit properly.
Okay. I want to talk about this Manufacturers' Championship between Chevrolet and Honda. I really, really do. But before we do that, we need to plug our next portion of the interview, which is brought to you by NTT Data, the official IT services partner of Arrow McLaren and the title partner of the NTT IndyCar Series. Now, NTT Data, realizing a sustainable future. What I want to talk to you about now is the difference between the primary and the alternate tire on street circuits as opposed to ovals, because as we all know that they're different couples. But before we do that, I need to change hats. Before we get to the next portion of the interview, I would like to remind you that this portion of the interview is brought to you by Tony Kanaan, Indy 500 winner, IndyCar Series champion, and current team principal of Arrow McLaren.
2013 Indy 500 champion, maybe? Because that's what we are.
I said Indy 500 champion.
No, you did not.
Yes,
You
I
said
did.
IndyCar champion.
I said Indy 500, and then I said
You did?
IndyCar champion.
Well, then I'm sorry.
Also, US 500 winner.
That was the fake Indy 500 at
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
So we won all of it.
We're not going to talk about that?
Nope.
We're not going to talk about the dark times?
Nope. We all have one. I would love to actually answer some questions right now.
I'm so sorry, Tony. We're out of time.